the Democrats came up with a new strategy.
What's that?
If black people are going to vote, they might as well vote for Democrats. As President Lyndon Johnson was purported to have said about the Civil Rights Act, I'll have them voting Democrat for 200 years. So now,
I mean, the point was right. We're doing it. We're voting for Democrat for 200 years. Oh my gosh. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Bridge Reacts, The Bridge Between Us, and I'm your host, Marcus. Thank you for stopping by to The Bridge to see another episode here where we're talking about bridging the gap between men and women, masculine and feminine energies, trying to decrease the divorce rate, add into marriages, long-lasting relationships, positivity, good things, great things, awesome things, right? Having a stronger working class. In order to do that, we need to have a great community with individuals who are raised by both the mother and the father, a great strong father that's there to discipline, be a leader and provide a protector, and be there to be a great father to the child and a great husband to the wife. And like the other side of the coin, being a great wife to the husband, being an amazing, nurturing, loving mother to the children. That's the best chance we have to get ourselves out of the shambles, have a better, stronger working class, better, stronger communities, nuclear families, good things, great things, positive things, man. Welcome. If you like the channel, you like the vibe here, please subscribe, hit the like button as well. Today's topic, we're talking, let me back it up a little bit. I just want to give a big shout out, a huge shout out. Praises to Janae. You know her as Jay on the channel. She dropped a video last week talking about being vulnerable, men being vulnerable with women as well. Shaq was the topic of the video. Really great video. She did amazing. Show her some love. Go ahead and hit the like button on that video as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the description, so check it out. Big shout out to you, babe. You did a great job. But today's topic, we are talking about something a little bit different. We're gonna switch it up. This is the third season of The Bridge, so trying new things. I'm gonna have a subcategory basically called decoding deception. So basically decoding the deception and the lies that have been sold to us as black people in the black community. What's a better way to start off this topic than PragerU's video of the inconvenient truth about the Democratic Party? Before you click off the video, this is not discouraging anyone from voting Democrat. This is not encouraging anyone to only vote Republican. Please do your own research. This is the whole topic of the video. Please understand that anything that you see here today, you can take it for face value. You can, take it with a grain of salt. Just do your own research. I already kind of fact check whatever is on this video so far. Saw half of it, but please do your own research. The black vote has diminished a lot in the last few years, and it's only diminishing more. So it's about to not matter, guys, and we typically vote discriminately Democrat. You're going to find out a lot about the Democrats and the truth and all the history behind it, the things that have been hidden from us. But let's go ahead and check it out. If you like the video, please subscribe, hit the like button. Once again, check out PragerU's content. They make great content on the channel, so big shout out to y'all. But once again, let's go ahead and get back into this and make a shorter video. Let's go.
when you think about racial equality and civil rights, which political party comes to mind?
Democrat.
The Republicans or the Democrats? Most people would probably say the Democrats.
Yeah.
But this answer is incorrect. Since its founding in 1829, the Democratic Party has fought against every major civil rights initiative and has a long history of discrimination. The Democratic Party defended slavery, started the Civil War, opposed Reconstruction, founded the Ku Klux Klan, imposed segregation, perpetrated lynchings, and fought against the Civil Rights Acts of the 1950s and 1960s.
Just want to pause it here for just a second. Like I said, I'm gonna make the video shorter, but am I the only one that feels kind of like lied to or used? Kind of feel dirty? Because a lot of these things here on this list, if not all of them, I've been sold to truly believe that these things here, these ideologies, these ways of trying to, put down black people, make sure that the black community is still in shambles and cannot grow and elevate and thrive, were all from the Republican Party. I thought they were the racist ones, right? A lot of these things, if not all, all of them, they're all racist, they're all terrible things. It's all from the Democratic Party. Keep watching. Let's go ahead and continue to learn, right?
In contrast, the Republican Party was founded in 1854 as an anti-slavery party. Its mission was to stop the spread of slavery into the new Western territories with the aim of abolishing it entirely. This effort, however, was dealt a major blow by the Supreme Court in the 1857 case Dred Scott versus Sandford. The court ruled that slaves aren't citizens, they're property. The 7 justices who voted in favor of slavery, all Democrats. The 2 justices who dissented, both Republicans. The slavery question was, of course, ultimately resolved by a bloody civil war. Commander-in-chief during that war was the first Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, the man who freed the slaves. 6 days after the Confederate Army surrendered, John Wilkes Booth, a Democrat, assassinated President Lincoln. Lincoln's vice president, a Democrat named Andrew Johnson, assumed the presidency. But Johnson adamantly opposed Lincoln's plan to integrate the newly freed slaves into the South's economic and social order. Johnson and the Democratic Party were unified in their opposition to the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, the 14th Amendment, which gave blacks citizenship, and the 15th Amendment, which gave blacks the vote.
Summing all this up, like she was just saying, going against the abolishment of slavery. I mean, making sure that citizenship is not going to be for black individuals, and of course, voting rights. Once again, all democratic things. And these are all things that are keeping the black community down, keeping us from thriving, from elevating. So far, I haven't seen anything negative from Republicans, not saying that Republicans don't do anything negative, and I'm not trying to say that only Democratic parties are racist or have a racist foundation. They're 2 different sides of the same coin, to be completely honest. Marcus thinks for himself, so I'm not either completely Democrat. I'm not definitely not really Democrat anymore as I used to be, but I'm definitely not all that Republican as well. I have much more, I guess, conservative ideologies in the way that I think, but I don't think either party would have, open arms and try to, accept me. I know one party definitely would not, because I think for myself, and I'm not down with any cult stuff.
All 3 passed only because of universal Republican support. During the era of Reconstruction, federal troops stationed in the South helped secure rights for the newly freed slaves. Hundreds of black men were elected to Southern state legislatures as Republicans, and 22 black Republicans served in the U.S. Congress by 1900. The Democrats did not elect a black man to Congress until 1935.
35 years
But
later.
after Reconstruction ended, when the federal troops went home, Democrats roared back into power in the South. They quickly reestablished white supremacy across the region with measures like black codes, laws that restricted the ability of blacks to own property and run businesses, and they imposed poll taxes and literacy tests used to subvert black citizens' right to vote. And how was all of this enforced? By terror.
Yeah.
Much of it instigated by the Ku Klux Klan, founded by a Democrat, Nathan Bedford Forrest. As historian
I cannot be the only one who just assumed and had a feeling as though the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, was founded by the evil white supremacist Republicans, right? Conservatives. Please do your own research. Once again, that's crazy. The Democratic Party is the party that always race hustles us. They always use race to just fuel us with just ignorant blindness rage, and we just kind of we're sold. We buy it every single time, man. Everything's racist, especially every 4 years. Of course, everything's fine for 3 years when we have a Democratic Party for the president-elect, right? But then when it comes to election time, all of a sudden, whoever's Republican is racist. Who are the real individuals or the real building blocks and foundation when it comes to a party that we have to vote between 2 different parties? It seems as though we found a winner, right? This is wild.
Eric Foner, himself a Democrat, notes, in effect, the Klan was a military force serving the interests of the Democratic Party.
Yikes.
President Woodrow Wilson, a Democrat, shared many views with the Klan. He resegregated many federal agencies and even screened the first movie ever played at the White House, the race film, The Birth of a Nation, originally entitled The Klansman. A few decades later, The only serious congressional opposition to the landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964 came from Democrats. 80% of Republicans in Congress supported the bill, less than 70% of Democrats did. Democratic senators filibustered the bill for 75 days until Republicans mustered the few extra votes needed to break the logjam.
That's dirty.
And when all of their efforts to...
For all the individuals who don't know what filibustering is, basically you are prolonging and just putting things off, like certain laws, certain acts that are trying to be passed, such as trying to give individuals civil rights, such as us. They did that for 75 days, the Democrats. Filibustered and prolonged in hopes of trying to make sure that the act does not get passed to give us rights. That seems, once again, pretty racist if you ask me, but hey.
Enslaved blacks, keep them enslaved, and then keep them from voting had failed, the Democrats came up with a new strategy.
What's that?
If black people are going to vote, they might as well vote for Democrats. As President Lyndon Johnson was purported to have said about the Civil Rights Act, I'll have them voting Democrat for 200 years. So now...
I mean, the point was right. We're doing it. We're voting for Democrat for 200 years. Oh my gosh. I feel filthy. I feel lied to. I feel manipulated. I don't know how you feel, because growing up as a young person, I'm going to save the little story thing for the very end, my final thoughts. The last one, I'm going to pause it. I'm just going to go ahead and get straight to the end.
The Democratic Party prospers on the votes of the very people it has spent much of its history oppressing. Democrats falsely claim that the Republican Party is the villain, when in reality, it's the failed policies of the Democratic Party that have kept blacks down. Massive government welfare has decimated the black family.
Yes, it has.
Opposition to school choice has kept them trapped in failing schools. Politically correct policing has left black neighborhoods defenseless against violent crime. So when you think about racial equality and civil rights, which political party should come to mind? I'm Carol Swain, professor of political science and law at Vanderbilt University for Prager University.
I appreciate you, Ms. Swain. Thank you for dropping some knowledge bombs, some truth bombs on us. I'm gonna wrap it up right now. It's like 14 minutes in. My final thoughts, right? So we as black people, once again, we tend to vote Democrat. We've been sold that Democratic Party has our best interests. We've been told by our parents, our relatives, by, of course, the Democratic Party, the media. When it comes to people in the entertainment industry, when it comes to people who are actors, musicians, when it comes to athletes as well, a lot of them tend to promote progressiveness, promote the Democratic Party, promote the left. A lot of all this is just left leaning, especially once again when it comes to media propaganda, things that are told to us, things that we watch, our heroes, even certain artists and rappers, musicians, right? And there's a reason for all this, man. There's a reason to keep us in the mindset of being the victim. There's a reason for them to keep us in the mindset of that we as black people aren't really good enough. We need to be on government assistance. We need to kick the black man out of the home and take a check instead and raise the kid off of government assistance. We need to make sure our daughters are being civilized, going out there, creating OnlyFans, and then, just being promiscuous, and then repeating the cycle of getting pregnant at a very young age and not knowing who the father is. Hookup culture. We are being thrown all these things. These are all lies and deception. That's the whole point of this. And it's been sold to us specifically in the community. And we really don't think for ourselves. I didn't think for myself either. Story time. When it comes to when I turned 18, around that time, when you can vote and everything, I asked my parents, who should I vote for at the time, right? And I was told Democrat. And I was like, okay, cool. Why? And they're just telling me, well, they have our best interests and the Republican Party doesn't. They only care about the rich white people. And I'm like, oh. Well, then that's a clear case, cut case. I'm going to go ahead and vote for Democrat. I'm not white, nor am I rich. So, yeah, I did that. And then years of doing that and doing more research and just understanding for my own self, doing my own research, looking up the information, understanding the facts, make my own opinion based off of facts and not feelings and lies and deception. I care about people overall, and I do love people. God said to love all your neighbors as thyself, right? And I do. So I'm never going to look at somebody else, especially when it comes to people in need, and not want to take care of them or try to at least uplift them, do something to help. But I know that you can't help other people if you can't help yourself at the end of the day, right? I'm rambling again, but that's my final thoughts of the video when it comes to we as a community. We really need to understand who really truly has our best interests. And once again, to wrap this all up, a little bow on top, I am not discouraging anyone from voting Democrat. Do your own research. If you feel as though the Democratic Party has your best interests, all this looks good to you, then continue to vote Democrat, right? To me, I personally probably will not. I have no idea, depending on who the candidate is and what they represent and what they stand for, because I have to do my own research. So there's the video, guys. Decoding Deception, Volume 1. Check. Tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what you think about the content PragerU's channel as well. Big shout out to Miss Swain. Once again, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, thank you guys for being a part of this once again. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Give me some feedback. Tell me reasons of why you voted Democrat for the longest time. Tell me if you still vote Democrat, Republican. You don't have to tell me. I mean, this is just a discussion channel, so you can do what you want. Just be respectful. We're all being respectful here because it's about love, man. It's about learning and love, educating ourselves. That's what it's all about. But I'm gonna stop rambling once again. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed being out there. Big shout out to Janae once again, being a part of the channel. Glad to have you back. And you guys have a wonderful one. I'll see you in the next video.